it's all kinds of on. Guten Morgen, bonjour, buongiorno, bonjour. Never been good with the accents. Not a skill of mine. Not a skill of mine. All right. Good morning. That is just enough gas to get me to work. Okay. So, a little behind time this morning. It's really irritating. It's all good. Saturday. It's really not a big deal. I'm pretty blessed to have a lowish stress job right now. Lower stress than I suppose I have had. There's some stress. The stress of consequences and mistakes, primarily the worst part of my current position. But anyway, I wanted to do a little brainstorm this morning in regards to Bible study. So Saturday mornings, I must have missed some because this is apparently the 6th one. I just don't know. I can't recall any Saturdays that I have missed. It's possible. It's all good. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not a job. So I wanted to talk about and brainstorm some ideas for Bible study, especially considering my personality type, my style of communication, all those sorts of things. And we all know that teachers are held to a higher standard of expectation of excellence, and in that regard, we need to do a great job. I'm gonna fill up. If I'm a couple of minutes late, it is what it is. So it's on this side. Yeah. It's just gonna keep holding. Not even gonna stop. I mean, it is what it is. When I was young, when I was like 14, 15 years old, new Christian, almost 20 years ago now. Almost. Yeah. So I've already been a Christian for over 20 years. Anyway, I wanted to do my own commentary, and I was a little discouraged by the vast sheer volume of content out there. It's overwhelming. It really is. So and then, I'm also fascinated by the idea of doing my own audio Bible. But then, you've got to find a version of the Bible that is open. More on that in just a second. I'm not going to just abandon you for the 6 minutes that it takes. Okay? I'll be right back. I'll take that out so you don't have to... What, you want that off too? Okay. But I gotta turn my lights back on. You gotta remind me. Can you all remind me? You're gonna remind me? Thank you. Appreciate it. So it appears that like a lot of C.S. Lewis's stuff, and I wanted to do audiobook for and do a reading for the Screw Tape Letters, and I could never, I say never, I could probably never do as good of a job as the audiobook I've already heard. It was really well done. Maybe Mere Christianity, but anyway, the point is, it's all still like it's a 95-year copyright. I mean, it's in the commons. So there's some countries you could do it in, but according to American law, whatever United States law, it's got a 95-year before it becomes completely. I mean, I could look for some free books. I don't know how many free books are out there. If you have any ideas, if anybody watches this before I'm 135 and dead, let me know. Too bad, I mean, it's going to be a lost art because artificial intelligence and paired with voice technology, they're just going to have any celebrity in the world read anything you want at any given, like on demand. It's insane. It's insane what technology is bringing about. All right, I'm gonna finish up. Money. All right, I'm turning my lights back on. Appreciate the reminder. Appreciate the reminder. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Yeah. All right, so Bible study ideas. The fact is, I mean, one idea just kind of popped in my head. There's this issue of people declaring. I could do an entire series debunking the metaphorical argument. That would be valuable because that is a very predominant argument in our society amongst sodomites. There's different flavors of sodomites out there, so to speak, different types. I know it's all the same thing, but they sodomize in different ways, whether it be with their body or their souls. So, but what they're doing is they're declaring that the Bible doesn't have any problem with their behavior, sodomy, and then they're saying that everything that might have anything to do with that was a metaphor and not to be taken literally. And that's a serious accusation. When you change the meaning of the entire book, obviously that's not the most important topic in the Bible, but when you start declaring that all the things that God calls are sin are not sin, it's amazing. I was in a electronic conversation, as well as those can go. Prohibited by God. In fact, it's really not even a big deal. Whatever. It's not like all the times it says it's an abomination. All that is all made up, right? So they're declaring that, and that's a patriarchal blah 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 conspiracy by the Romans. All this all this stuff. So check this out. They declare that is not sin, while declaring that not being loving is a sin. So you go to the DMV. It's just a random story. You go to the DMV, and you go and get out, you get your little ticket. See, it's going to be about a 3-hour wait. So you put in headphones, and you start just like, gosh, man, I'm just going to watch a movie on my phone. I'm just going to watch a movie on my phone, pass the time. I don't even have to think about it, just watch a movie. And you're in your movie about 4 or 5 minutes, and suddenly 2 men come by and grab you by the arms and cart you off, take you outside, say, you're not welcome here. Why? What happened? What's going on? Well, you ignore our rules. We won't tolerate that. What rule? What rule did I break? And it's headphones. There's like this isn't real. I'm just making it up. You now have to wait 6 months to come back. We've taken your information, and you're not welcome back for 6 months. Learn how to read. Learn how to read. Right? So, here's the thing. You got a buddy. It's like, man, I'm gonna go get my license, man. I'm gonna go get my license. Alright, man, hey. Care about you, man. I can't do that for like 6 months. I care about you, and I want you to be able to do what you want to do, getting your license. Do not wear your headphones, man. Don't wear your headphones. Like literally or figuratively? Literally, don't wear your headphones. Oh, okay, man. Okay. Dang, man. Okay. It's a stupid story. I get it. The point is, it is caring, it is loving to tell somebody when they could be facing consequences for their actions. It is loving, it is caring to warn someone about impending doom and danger and judgment. It is loving to tell somebody about the law, even if they really love disobeying the law. I mean, what if there was a secret surveillance system that logged all of your, all the times you ever sped, and for every mile over the speed limit you traveled per minute accounted for $1. And when you hit retirement, whatever amount of speeding you did in your lifetime, so if it was 5 miles over for 5 minutes, well, that'd be $25. Get it? Well, love to speed. Okay, I go the speed limit. Have I sped? Yes. My number would be very low. However, by the time I hit 65 or whatever, guys, my number would be so low if we did it just like that 1 mile per minute and you did the averages and all that. Guys, we're talking about triple digits. No more than 1,000. No more than 1,000. That's quite a claim. I get it. But I just don't. I did for a little while. I did some 7 over stuff and all that. 7 over. 9 over, 5 over, 4 over. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. Okay. It's hard to estimate, 15 years of driving, 16, 17 years of driving, 18 years of estimate. But fact of the matter is, can you imagine what the bills on some people would be? Well, what about if you were like, listen, dude, it's building up. It's building up. You're going to have to pay. It would be a loving care. But people love to speed, and it's not that big of a deal. The not that big of a deal thing depends on the consequences. So, when somebody says something's not that big of a deal, they either have a belief about the consequences in a certain way, or they don't know the consequences. So, I just want to vomit when I think about the argument of 2 consenting people as a statement. That means nothing. That means so little. Obviously, I don't, I have a problem with unconsensual situations. I get that. But just because something's consensual, that doesn't mean it's okay. And that is a whole belief system where people just think, oh yeah, they both agree to do it, so it's fine. There's a little bit of capitalism in there too, with the whole, hey man, if one person's agreeing to pay another person for this thing, then good to go. It's just how it works. It's just like, no man, not every time, not always. That's just not. That gives, honestly, we give humans too much credit in places where they don't deserve it, and not enough credit in places where they do. You can watch cars. You can watch the cars zoom by me. I'm going 60, and these cars, I don't know how to calculate that. I'm now crossing a speed limit sign that says 70, and they're just prepping early for that. They're like, they get their binoculars out. Oh yeah, I see 7 miles up there. It says I can increase my speed by 10. I'll just go ahead and do that now because I saw it. It's not necessarily, actually it's not at all how that works. Look it up. But yeah, I'm now going 70, and I still got people passing me as if I'm doing something incorrect. Have I cross-referenced my speedometer? Yeah. Yeah, I have. Thanks for asking. How could my speedometer and my GPS-based speed thing, how could they both be identical and both be so wrong? Anyway, people speed, you know it. You already know. All right. So yeah, it's all about people justifying. It's all about people trying to find a way to do bad things, and they think it's just they think that they're just doing something that makes them happy, and that's good. Here's the problem. There's a vast majority, not vast majority, whatever. There's just a crap load of people out there that believe that the most important thing in life is to be happy. It's just a thing. There's drug addicts, though, if you think about it. They're just drug addicts. Really, all it is people that are just addicted to pleasure. It's a form of hedonism. And it's so sad if you start thinking about it. It's really sad how pathetic we can be as human beings. There's this, I don't know what's going on down there. It's scary. Sploopky, really. I don't know how many times this word has been recorded by myself or anyone else that also handcrafted their own word. My wife and I, we made a word. We invented it like 8-ish years ago. Splumpky. Pretty much means like what it sounds like. It's really splumpky. Anyway, happiness is not the point. And the point of life, the point of everything, what's the meaning of life, what's the point, is just so it goes against everything that is in our nature. The point, the purpose, and the meaning, and the goal, it smacks us in the face of our own personal interests because of the fall. I just got sidetracked by a thought. I had 4 viewers yesterday, possibly 4 separate people, I don't know. And I'm wondering if it was just the title. Why are we so easy? Why are we so easy? It's so sad. Just think about clickbait and why it is that we're inundated with so much. We can only, we like hate ourselves for it, but it's the only way that we can even begin to engage in our reality is by following the path of least resistance, like the most treaded path. That is such an important story, because it's what we do. We go the path of least resistance. We go the path most treading, whatever. And that affects so much of our life. Oh, 1.4 million other people really like this video. I guess I'll check it out. Because of time. I mean, we just don't have the time to check everything out. So we just trust the masses not good. It could be, I guess, maybe, probably not. Just based on who we are, the fall, it's probably never going to be a good thing. It's kind of logical. In a hypothetical context of survival, it kind of makes sense from that perspective, but we're just not in that context anymore. So the point is, I wanted to try and think of different ways that I could, this is all relevant. Like, this guy gets off topic all the time. Not really. It's all related. There's a reason why free association is valuable. Because when you start tracing back and kind of like cataloging your thoughts, you start realizing that there's value. And what does the clickbait do? It does, because I'm wanting to develop some kind of biblical related dialogue, little shorts, little video shorts on biblical topics. I already discussed one of those potential topics, debunking the metaphor myth. But here's the problem. Debunking the metaphor myth it's not how people just don't care. You've got to title stuff really stupid stuff, like if you title, "You won't believe what happens to this dude's body part." Like, what happened? What happened to his body part? I want to see. Is it something I've never seen before? Ouch, legs don't bend that way. And you're like, oh man, what way? What? Oh no, what way? I want to see that video. Or how to turn pennies into gold. Oh my gosh, I got pennies. I have pennies. I like gold. I like money. Like money. I like money. I like money. I like gold. Gold, money. I want to turn pennies into gold. So how do you manage communicating valuable information in a world where people can't get enough icing? This person behind me hates life. I'm gonna kick it up to, I was going 68. I see. I might go to 70. And you're just gonna have to relax. Follow the law for like 3 minutes. Cry home to mommy on the phone, Oh my God! On the highway! What I done, mommy! And I can't go 89 I hope that was just as annoying and terrible to listen to as it was to perform. I can't impersonate his voice. They didn't paint the still. They didn't paint the still. And I bought a lot of still. I've never seen any still not painted. They zoom by. Watch. Zoom! 89 miles an hour. Have fun with that. Fast and the Furious over here. Little greenie. Calling himself a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. There's literally a green car with the word turtle, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles font on the front. Anyway, I don't care. Obviously I do though, because I talk about it. Some misnomer or whatever, misconceptor. You know, when people are like, I don't care about my haters, hate's gonna hate me. Let me spend the next 17 hours of my videos talking about my haters that I don't care about, man. You obviously do, or you wouldn't talk about them. Y'all don't get the way that this works, do you? I mean, I do care about the people that are speeding by me for two reasons. The first is selfish. I feel slightly threatened by their haphazard lawlessness. I do. I feel slightly vulnerable by just being socially abnormal. That makes me feel vulnerable. And then I also care about them. I care about their life and safety. Unfortunately, that's to a lesser degree than the others. I recognize that. It's all good. It's all good. It's not, but you know, we'll work on it. So, how do you manage providing value, delivering and marketing that value without making without dumbing it down to the point of dishonoring and deep, destroying the value of what you're trying to provide? Biblical study, biblical understanding, biblical discourse. How do you provide that good stuff without I don't know. I mean, we've talked about this. 240 people every minute uploading every minute of the day. I think it was 240. Yeah. So we've talked about that, but you know, I'm just gonna get behind you, bro. I'm getting off this exit anyway. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're going 55. I really don't care. It doesn't even matter that I'll be a couple of minutes late. Like, people are so concerned about the wrong things in life. They really are. Part of why some people die prematurely. Some people die prematurely because they were concerned about the less valuable things. And what do? You just basically, I guess you just speak the truth and hope that people listen. I mean, you can't accommodate people that don't care. I mean, the best way to get people that don't care to listen to your valuable information, excuse me, is relationship. That's the best way, because otherwise they're just never going to know. Relationship is the ticket to the whole thing. It's the ticket. You get it? I get it. We get it. Everybody gets it. So today's going to be a big day. Got a big project to knock out of the ballpark. We got these higher up people in my organization making literally 3 times more money than me. They were provided probably about 3 weeks to develop a tool. And it had a lot of inefficiencies to it. I mean, you could only do so much. But they finished it in a week or so, right? And then 2 weeks of testing and redeveloping. And we're talking about typo edits and stuff that they made. Well, in a matter of a couple of hours, just 2 hours, I was able to do what they were unwilling to do in 2 weeks. It's frustrating, guys. It's frustrating when you know that you are so underrepresented. That's not the right word. Undercompensated? Underemployed? Yeah, that's the word. I've been underemployed pretty much my entire life. What do you do? Underemployment. There's a problem to fix right there. Because there are people that are egregiously overemployed because of nepotism, good old boys. I mean, it's not just nepotism, there's another word for it, but just being lucky-ish. I hate that word because it's not the way, it's not true, but like, not lucky, but because of who they knew. So it's not about luck, it's just about convenience or something. And that's just not the way, it's not the way it should be. It's worked out for some people, but it's garbage when you have somebody with real value that's not able to provide it. Little soapbox. All right, this has been Saturday morning palaver number 6. SMP for short. I'm doing that now. www.paypal.me/DevinJump, DVINJUMP, just like you see. Simple. I'll do whatever I can to honor your gift and contribution to me. That will never happen.